I guess for me, like my first real dove hunt, I guess wasn't till college when I was up here. When I went with Cody Kale, Marshall Teal, and Jake Goodo. He was working for that place in Wixon Valley, and they let us come out there and dove hunt.
Yeah, I mean, I was a pretty good shot already. I'd been doing clay shoots and stuff, so
we've been in quite a few clay
I
shoots
was pretty
together before
confident. I had my 12 gauge Remington, and I took it down there with my first hunt
that. Yeah.
with that gun. It was a whole thing, so it was nice. Limited out, but like everybody did. We had a trailer. They lined them all up on the trailer, and like it was just a really. We have a lot of good fun pictures from that one.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I think, man, dove hunting. I mean, it's fun to shoot birds and everything, and it's fun to bring birds home. Obviously, we love eating them, but like it is the most like family friendly.
Yeah, it's a great first time.
Enjoyable, like everybody get together, have a good time. Tejas.
Still two.
Tejas Hunt Club Podcast is the podcast for you and you and you and you. What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 26 of the Tejas Hunt Club Podcast. I'm your host, co-host this time, Brandon McDow, and my co-host,
Megan McEllier.
How are y'all doing today? Glad y'all are tuning in to the podcast once again. This episode is going to be Megan and I kind of talking about, one of the greatest weeks or weekends in the opening season of Dove.
Mm-hmm.
Dove opener for some. We didn't get to get out and get a hunt this past weekend for the Dove opener, but I'm going hunting this weekend. We're going to talk a little bit about that and then kind of talk about some dove hunt stories and stuff that we've done in the past. And then hopefully maybe some we'll do in the future. Last week on episode 25 of the Tejas Hunt Club podcast, we had on our buddy Zach Fukurovich of Whetstone Habitat. So that was an awesome podcast. Listen to him talk about wildlife habitat and some of the things that he's been through all across the United States. I mean, from Texas to Kentucky to his working on his family's place now.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like I said in that podcast, he's a wealth of knowledge. So if y'all don't follow him, make sure y'all go give him a follow. And then sign up for his newsletter as well that he has coming out so y'all can get some tips and stuff for y'all to do on y'all's property. Also on that podcast last week, I mentioned some of the new laws, the new hunting laws that were enacted here in the state of Texas. And I went and did some research and found some of the new fishing regulations as well. So I wanted to let y'all know about those just as a heads up if you're out there in the fall fishing. So now this one isn't so much going to be, useful until next season, but especially for snapper. But new Texas regulations now require all commercial and recreational anglers to use a venting tool or rig descending device on reef fish exhibiting signs of barotrauma. So I didn't know what
that bloat, right?
Yes,
it is. Know what that is?
I knew what it was, but I'd never heard it used in the term of barotrauma, so I did go look that up. And technically, it's a pressure-related injury fish experience when reeled up from depths of approximately 50 feet or greater.
Mm-hmm.
So like those snapper species that we like going for, of course, you pull them up sometimes.
It looks like a swollen tongue.
Yeah,
it does.
It looks like the swollen tongue. So like you said, that's one of the signs of it. So stomach hanging from the fish's mouth,
yep.
Fish floating on the surface. So you might have seen that when they figure out they're undersized or something, you try to put them back and they don't really swim down. They kind of just hang out on the surface. Also one of them, intestines protruding from the anus.
Oh, I have not seen that.
No, I've never seen that either, but I can imagine that pressure on the fish.
Jeez.
Yeah. So that's one of the symptoms, and then of course bulging eyes, which I've seen before.
I've seen that too.
So now, like I said, regulations in Texas, you are going to have commercial and recreational anglers. You're going to have a descending device for those fish, and I mean, I can see where that's a good thing. I know we followed, or I've followed on Tejas and stuff on a page called Rig 'em Right. They're out of Florida, I believe, and they made a device for this to help fish and like put them back down. Because I know I've seen some other stuff where people just tie weights to them and then, hopefully it gets to the right depth and then they kind of pull the weights off of it, different setups. But from what I've seen,
I haven't seen that before.
Well, I'll have to send it to you.
That's cool.
Yeah. so we've shared some of their stuff on Tejas, and then I've shared some of their stuff on my page when they were talking about like the red tide and all
Yeah,
that
I'd
kind of
seen
stuff.
that.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah,
cool account.
yeah,
Y'all should definitely follow them. They're pretty cool.
yeah. So maybe I'll reach out, maybe get them on the podcast since that's new to us, and maybe something we can learn and spread the word about because we're gonna have to have these devices going fishing. So
and I like snapper.
Yeah,
and it's fun fishing,
right? And then so I know this company does a lot of work in Florida with the restoration, the red tide stuff. So it might be a good company to support. So maybe I'll like I said, I'll reach out to them next week and see if we can get either some information if they don't want to come on the podcast or they're too busy. You never know. They're kind of going through hurricane stuff or the end of the hurricane stuff, which is by far the worst part, cleanup and everything. So shout out to everybody in Florida. If we have any Florida listeners, hope y'all are okay and everything. And then even for the people that don't listen, those hopefully they get that stuff cleaned up because I mean we've been through and seen hurricanes here. And they're not fun.
We both grew up on the coast, so
yeah. So like I said, I'll reach out to them, try to get some more information, and then bring that back to the podcast next week. One of the other things is I didn't look this up. Dang it. So cobia has a reduced bag limit, and what I'm
saw
saying,
your note about that.
Dang it, Forrest, because I didn't look up what the number was reduced to. So I'll have to come.
I was interested in it though, because those cobia is some good fish.
Yeah, and they're fun to catch
too.
They're so much
they're
fun.
They're beautiful
to catch.
too. Like they're kind of the whole package.
So I'll update that next week.
Cobia or ling, right?
Yeah,
isn't that the other name.
Yeah, the other name.
That's the one I heard first. Was ling.
I don't know which one I heard
offshore. With what was his name? Mitchell.
Yeah.
He was so excited because he caught his first ling.
Yeah, okay.
That was a fun trip.
That was the first time.
That was a long time ago, though.
Yeah, it was. But yeah, so I'll get that updated and get y'all the bag limit for cobia or ling next week. Also, the short fin mako has been added to the prohibited list, so can't catch those. Don't know too many people that really catch.
Is there a different? I need to look up what different makos there are.
Short fin makos. I've never seen one. I
don't know the difference.
A regular mako.
Yeah.
Yes, you just got a shorter fin. I don't know. But I'll have to look that up too. That one wasn't that funny.
Not really.
But yeah, so those are the regulations that have been updated for Texas saltwater. Next up on the docket, Megan.
Oh yeah.
We need a little update on our deer adventures.
Our deer adventures.
Yeah, I guess that's what we're calling.
Well, yeah. So we've been at it for 2 years now. Yeah. I mean, solid.
Yeah, doing it ourselves. So.
Yeah.
Been a lot of learning.
Yeah.
A lot of batteries.
3 game cameras, which take 8 batteries a piece. Which I mean, they do. Right now. They do last a long time, and they send us a lot of pictures because we have the unlimited packages with Spy Point. But it's like, I don't know, it's exciting even when you're no matter what you see.
Honestly, game cameras, I know a lot of people might knock them, and whoever does whatever, but I like them. I mean,
exactly.
I like waking up in the morning,
great.
Or like at 9:30, I get a notification.
Okay, from the night before.
And get all these pictures in, all these does and fawns eating and stuff. I mean, we've seen couple little baby bucks have come in, but nothing like real exciting. So we'll keep feeding them. I mean, I'm doing my part.
Yeah, I feel it every single time. Sportsman's Choice.
Yep, Record Rack. And then we got the mineral out too.
Mineral.
Then we did the mock scrape, which we've had.
I like that. That's a cool concept to me.
Yeah.
Like, because I think last year was the first year when I was sitting in the blind that I saw a buck. It was still a baby buck.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
But it was my first time seeing a buck scrape, actually do it. And that's part of why I love it so much, is because you get to watch all this stuff. But I mean, and then I didn't know how you were going to do that. And you just got to break up the ground. And then we use the, I can't remember the name of it, Code Blue. Code Blue, yeah.
Shout out Chad Jones. He recommended it. So that's what we're
yeah.
running.
And it seems like we see a little bit more activity around when we put it out.
Yeah.
A little bit. We can't positively say that. But we seem to have some
they're
uptake.
Going past it and stuff and walking up to it. I know that little bitty buck walked up to it and he was standing in it for a little while. So
it's just cool to watch. It's a fun process, and you get to take care of deer, and
it's better than TV.
Yeah, it really is. It's fun. But yeah, I went out to the property and I set up our blind.
All by herself.
All by myself. And there was no wasps or anything, but there are some big holes out there. I fell into one, but I'm good. So we know where they are now.
Nice.
But yeah, so I set up the blind, sat in the chairs, put the checked everything. Oh my gosh! First of all, I love our blind, but when you're by yourself, it takes some effort. And I'm like have really short arms, and I'm trying to pull this thing out. It's so easy to use, y'all. And I can't even remember the name of the blind. But anyways, it's hard for me.
Rhino blind.
Yeah, the rhino blind.
Yeah.
It's hard for me because it's just the actual like holding it from here to here to pull it out far enough. I'm like, I can't.
Yeah, to pop out the sides.
So you just pop out the sides. It's awesome. I love it. We have 2 chairs in there, and then I went and checked. We had, I think, a quarter left in the feeder. Just topped it off. Like it wasn't anything crazy for the feeder.
Yeah.
But I did set the timer though.
You changed it?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I did. I changed that because the sun's starting to go down sooner. Yeah. Not like by a significant amount, but I think the mornings it's more noticeable, especially when it's getting hot so fast.
Yeah.
They want to be out there when it's cool. So.
Right. Which. Well, next week we're supposed to be getting.
Oh my gosh! Finally,
it's gonna be 85 degrees.
Not even.
Hopefully
at night. Like they even said, it was like 94 during the day. Which I'll take it. Over 105. It was 105 today again, which is like it's been that way though.
Yeah,
for 2 months.
At the range today, it was.
I was wondering how you were doing.
It was real hot.
He went to the range today, and I was like, "Ooh, what a day to go to the range!"
It was. We were there from I was there from like 1 o'clock until we got done at like
least 7. Yeah,
7:15, something like that.
But anyway.
But
yeah, got that all set up. I'm excited. Well, now I have other plans on opening weekend, but excited to see what you see on opening weekend.
Yeah, I'll probably go.
I have good plans on opening weekend. But
you do. Have
I really do.
You want to talk about that?
Yeah. So opening weekend, Brandon's going to be solo in it. I will be in the West Texas area with Stewards of the Wild. We're doing a mentored hunt with Texas Wildlife Association. And let's see. So it's a doe and hog hunt.
Nice.
Yeah.
Doing some management.
Yeah, some management. And it's my first opportunity, officially, right? As a mentored hunt as a mentor on a hunt.
Yeah.
And I'm excited. I'm really excited about it.
I think it'll be fun.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm hoping there's a cold front that weekend too.
We'll see.
That would be so nice.
We'll see. I'm not gonna hold my breath.
I know.
But I'll cross my fingers and maybe my toes too.
Well, duh. It's opening weekend. Of course you are.
So that'd be cool. We get some good photos and stuff. Maybe do a podcast there.
Maybe some steezy footy.
Yeah.
We'll
see. We'll see.
But yeah, it's going to be a fun time. I'm excited. We just got our Huntmaster certifications a couple weeks ago. I don't even know if we've talked about that either. But
not really.
Just catching up on everything.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you see our post on Instagram, you know. But we didn't mention in the podcast, but Megan and I did get our Texas Youth Hunting Program or Texas.
We're just Huntmaster certified.
Huntmaster certified in the state of Texas.
So it's across 3 different programs: the TWA, Texas Youth Hunting Program. I think Stewards is the other one. Like it's like the 3 together. You're like kind of Huntmaster certified for all of them.
So you go through.
It's a good process.
Kind of we did the 1 day
you study
in class, but you have to study and take
4 exams.
4 exams, yeah. Mm-hmm. 4 exams over, kind of general hunting practices. Of course, safety, which is like the biggest thing. Which it should be, but the biggest thing that it kind of harped on, and then also how to plan on plan hunts for the adult mentor hunter program, and then the Texas Youth Hunting Program also. I might be mentoring for the Texas Youth Bow Hunt here.
Oh yes.
Next month, September, October.
We're excited to be diving into that
this
year.
Yeah, so it'll be a lot of fun. Man, I see it as an opportunity. We aren't the ones that are necessarily pulling the trigger and stuff, but it's hunting. I get to spend more time.
Oh yeah, you get to have the good experience
outside in a blind, looking at animals. So any way that I could do that, if that's helping a kid hunt or helping an adult hunt, I'm definitely going to do it. So you can always bring the camera, shoot them, kill them with the lens, not necessarily the rifle or a bow. Maybe we'll see.
Yeah.
But
should be fun.
So a couple things that, we're going to have coming out, and we'll of course do podcasts, like I said, and maybe we might film a couple or something like that too and have them on the YouTube channel. So some more content for y'all to be excited for. So the meat and potatoes maybe macaroni and cheese of the podcast. We're going to talk about those
The
beautiful
macaroni and cheese of the podcast.
those beautiful
That's
flying
so funny.
birds that we like to shoot at the beginning of hunting season. So
beautiful, fast, yummy birds for sure. It's a fun hunt. If y'all have never been dove hunting,
you should definitely
do it.
So starting off, I wanted to figure out, a little dove history. I actually found out that there's 7 species of dove and pigeons, apparently they're in the same category, that are indigenous to the state of Texas. So the 3 that we love to hunt, obviously, are mourning dove, white-winged dove, and then apparently there's the white-tipped dove, which, I mean, it's a white wing to me, are currently hunted in the state of Texas. Like I said, 2 species, the red-billed pigeon and the band-tailed pigeon, are currently listed as legal game birds, but by federal and state regulations, but there's not really like a huntable population of them. So there's not going to be like, a real big population to go shoot those animals or be in a concentrated area to be able to hunt them like mourning dove or white-winged dove. So 2 other species, the Inca dove and the common ground dove, are actually sparrow-sized birds with no potential for hunting and for which no formal management actions are undertaken. So they're not big enough to ride the ride, pretty much.
AKA.
Yeah. So mourning dove actually cover all 48 contiguous states. They go into southern Canada and into Mexico. And then white-winged dove are prevalent in South Texas, Northeast Mexico, and the West Indies, which I also found out that the white-winged dove are actually, their range is expanding farther north. So obviously you'll see white wings in East Texas, Central Texas, of course out in West Texas too. So their range is getting a lot larger as well. So that's a good thing to me. I mean, more opportunity to hunt them.
I might say, we had to go south to hunt those.
Yeah,
not long ago.
Yeah. But now they're I mean,
they've always been around.
Yeah, you're just not going to see the numbers.
Doves.
Yeah,
there's
that
some
you're going to see
around
in
the house
Texas.
here. I've seen some.
So white wings?
Yeah.
Oh,
at least 2.
That other morning when I left, I seen 12 in the road.
Dove?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was some eating in the front yard.
Yeah, I wish we could shoot them, but we can't.
No.
We'll just look at them. But Texas, go Texas, leads the nation in dove hunting with roughly 250,000 hunters bagging 5 million mourning doves each fall.
Yep.
That's a lot of birds. That's a whole lot of birds. Dove can travel up to 7 miles a day for water or food, but they stay around average about 2 miles for water or food. So put that into your dove hunting game plan.
And if y'all knew how it would look if they didn't hunt these birds, oh my gosh. It'd be like, I've seen the videos of them.
Yeah.
I mean,
everywhere.
They're crazy. Look, like it's like clouds of them.
Yeah.
If they're not managed.
So in the U.S., there's about 1.2 to 1.7 million dove hunters, and 23% of that number come from the state of Texas or hunt in the state of Texas. So each year, dove hunters spend roughly $200 million in a 6-week time period during dove season,
making an impact.
So that is a lot of money for some little bitty birds. And then dove hunters also account for 74% of shotgun ammo sales
annually?
Every year. Yes.
Are you kidding me?
No, I looked at
71.
74% of all shotgun ammo is sold for dove hunting.
Wow.
Yeah.
In the U.S. or just Texas?
In the U.S.
Holy cow.
Yeah. So every year, all that ammo is that's beating duck hunters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Geese and everything else. Like, that's beating them. I'd like to see that number. I might
and
look
you
that
get
up
to be
too.
dry and not freezing your butt off. That's all I got to say.
Yeah.
You could literally wear shorts if you wanted to.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a fun time.
It is. Yeah, so that was some facts and stuff that I looked up on dove hunting. I always like to kind of dig a little deeper into the topics that we're talking about. So I learned a couple new things. Of course, that the amount of money that's spent in that little bitty time period is pretty cool. Of course, it all goes back to conservation and everything. So learning new information about that's like pretty cool because like I've dove hunted for a little while now. I didn't really. I mean, I guess we dove hunted in high school a little bit, but we
I
didn't
didn't
really
until
have
after college.
doves really to shoot on where we were shooting. It kind of like it started out dove hunting, and then it quickly turned into like, let's go get the clay thrower
Just
and
bullshitting.
throw some clays.
We're on our
and
fourth
hang out.
box. We're
Yeah.
wasting these shells.
Yeah, exactly. So we really didn't dove hunt that much in high school, but we tried. I guess for me, like my first real dove hunt, I guess wasn't till college when I was up here. When I went with Cody Kale, Marshall Teal, and Jake Goodo. He was working for that place in Wixon Valley, and they let us come out there and dove hunt. And that was like my first morning of like getting up and going out. I remember we were hanging out.
I remember
we were hanging out at their house,
boys
just hanging out, and then they were asking me if I wanted to go dove hunting with them the next morning because they were all buying their licenses and everything. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, like I'll go dove hunting with y'all. Cool. So I'm gonna buy my license. And poor Meg's here. She wanted to go.
I even already had mine. I actually had mine. That's how it was.
But it was a boys only trip. So Meg's
mine was better. My first one was better than your first one.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, mine was like equally as good. Like it couldn't have got any better. Like I shot
a dog.
I shot a limit of birds.
That's right. Oh, you did?
Yeah, we all did. Like it was pretty good. Like pretty good dove hunting for where we're at.
Wrong.
Yeah, but no, it was a lot of fun. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like your first dove hunt was
epic for me. For like, it was awesome.
Yeah, like it couldn't have got any better. But like mine was pretty good too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's about the same.
Okay.
It was like a cooler, maybe.
I think it's like apples and oranges because it's two different places with two different.
Yeah. So that was a fun time. Shout out to those guys for inviting me out and let me come shoot with them and stuff. Because I mean, we're still friends with those guys. Talk to them on Instagram and stuff. If you go back and look on our page, there's a guy posing with a hippo in Africa. It's Cody Kale. He's a pretty good dude. So
yeah.
We'll have to maybe get those guys on a podcast or something and do some talking because they do a lot of hunting. That would be pretty funny. Actually, Cody and them, they go to Colorado and go elk hunting.
I know they do because he posts about it.
Yeah,
and I'm just like,
he's not a big like social media guy.
No,
but,
but when he does post, he makes everybody jealous. Is what he does.
Yeah, they post some cool stuff when they go elk hunting.
I'm like so happy for you, Cody.
We'll definitely share some of that when they get around to going this year. Hopefully, I got to give them a shout and see if they're going or planning to go this year. So speaking of your very first dove hunt.
Oh yeah. Okay, so
I want to hear your side of the story because obviously I was there. I took you.
Yeah.
But I want to hear.
It's funny when you ask me that. All I can think about is how it has been since, and it's never been as good as the first year we went. So my first hunt was something you took me on to meet most of the friends you had at Kingsville, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So it was like old college buddies. Did I meet Bob there? I can't remember, but Bobby and Julie was there. Ryan invited us out because he works those fields out there.
Yeah.
So Ryan Murphy, shout out to Ryan. But
Murph dog.
Murph. He always gets us the best spots. So we were on harvested soybeans and harvested sorghum, I believe. So it was like flat, super nice. We pulled up. There's a shaded area where the tree line is. You sit there, listen to music, drink plenty of Gatorade because you need to because it's sweating bad. We learned that lesson the hard way.
It's hot down
you
there.
Can't drink enough Gatorade, especially if you had beer the day before or the night before. Because we got in the night before, had drinks that night, and then got up the next morning and hunted and fished. But yeah, I mean, I was a pretty good shot already. I'd been doing clay shoots and stuff.
Yeah,
so I was
been in quite a few clay shoots.
I was pretty confident. Like I was not nearly as good as you. Like I don't practice. I'm just a decent shot. So I had my 12 gauge Remington and I took it down there with my first hunt with that gun. It was a whole thing. So it was nice. Limited out, but like everybody did. We had a trailer. They lined them all up on the trailer, and like it was just a really, really, really. We have a lot of good fun pictures from that one.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
They were like we cleaned birds there, and we cooked them in the field and everything.
It was fun.
It was a good time.
The next day, we had the birds from the day before.
And was it Tadpole?
Oh, the truck thing. I'll never forget that, the 4-wheeler.
So Tadpole, shout out Tadpole, man. He went to load his 4-wheeler.
He was so pissed
in the back of his truck, man, and gunned it a little hard, broke out his back glass.
Like, yeah, he was loading up on the trailer, and he just gunned it.
Yeah.
And just,
oh man, I mean, there's
shattered.
all kinds of stuff that happens in the dove field.
Oh my gosh!
I think, man, dove hunting. I mean, it's fun to shoot birds and everything, and it's fun to bring birds home. Obviously, we love eating them, but like, it is the most like family friendly.
Yeah, it's a great first time.
Enjoyable, like everybody get together, have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, you can bring your kids and everything. At that point, they didn't have kids, but like a lot of our friends now have kids, and like they've been posting pictures and stuff of them going dove hunting last weekend. Like, you could bring the kids, have everybody. It's just a good time. You could talk, make noise. You don't have to be quiet all the time. I mean, if you want to, you could turn it into a little game about, how many shells does it take to hit one bird.
Oh, dude. When you're like picking up shells, it's just like, motherfucker, like trying to pick, like, it's just money.
Yeah. So
but they taste good.
That was your first dove hunt that we went on.
Yeah.
And then we went back down there a few other times.
It rained one year bad.
Yeah.
And got real muddy. And
pushed birds out. Like, a lot of people got stuck out in the field.
Dude,
and like all kinds of stuff.
That was the next year, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
It was sweltering hot the first year, but it was enjoyable.
Yeah.
Second year, and you had to like get back in your truck, and you're muddy, so you had to get back. Like, it would stop raining, so we're trying to hunt between the rainstorms.
Yeah.
But the dogs are all muddy, and they're climbing up in these Ford leather seats.
Yeah. And then I remember at one point, I think it was me, Bob, Cecil, and I, and we were just standing out in the rain just shooting birds.
They got so frustrated. They were just like,
forget
it.
Like, we're already wet. We're just going to stand out here and shoot birds because they're still flying.
Yeah.
So that was a good trip, a lot of fun. And then, like, on these trips too, because it's special white wing season, like, you can't hunt until the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
So in the morning, some of us, not all of us, we'd get up and we'd go fishing. And like hit the bays and stuff down there.
Mm-hmm.
Fish in the Lower Laguna. If you've never done that,
oh, it's so good.
It's awesome. I mean, a lot of people go down there to fish for trout and stuff. Trout, but there's some awesome reds. And then I've never caught a snook down there, but it's your chances of catching
the third
one's pretty
or fourth
fun.
year that we went, I went out.
Yeah,
I got to go.
Yeah, with Joe Curtin.
Only because somebody slept in, and I was like, I'm up.
Yeah.
I'm up every single time there's a boat in the water. Yeah. I'm like, I'm up. Somebody not sleeping. Somebody, okay, I'm up. Let's go.
Yeah.
So that was Joe's birthday.
Yeah, that's right.
Uh-huh.
And y'all freaking murdered.
We all hit our limit in reds. Yeah. Like, there was a whole stringer of them.
Yep. I remember taking that picture. When
I was wade fishing, and I never wade fish. That's how crazy. It was awesome, though. Yeah. It was like flat for miles.
Yeah.
You could walk, and like Joe was like way out. I'm just like, okay, like, so it was fun. It was like, I didn't have any gear. I'll never do it again without like a pair of tweezers and an extra lure and some other stuff, because I was like, well,
having to go back to the boat for everything is not fun.
No.
Especially when you find them.
I know. I caught some trout that day and a couple reds, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. So
a lot of fun.
Go fishing in the morning, and then come back to the house, and then either take a shower or something, get ready, and then hit the dove fields in the afternoon. I mean, special white wing season down the valley is a lot of fun. So if you got some buddies down there, hit them up, because it's definitely a good time.
Yep.
And then, like I said, we went down there and did that for a couple years, and then of course, your friends get married, have kids, which ain't no fault of theirs.
They all did at the same time.
At the same time, and it kind of just that trip kind of just fell apart.
Fizzled.
Like we still get together every now and then, but it'd be fun to get the group back together and do another one down there here soon. So have to hit up Ryan and see if we can set that up.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess the last year that the first year that we didn't go, we made a trip to Georgia.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay, so that's why we had a skip year.
Yeah. We made the trip to Georgia.
We did.
We went and another people, if you don't follow them, you definitely go check them out. 24/7 Hunt Crew.
Absolutely.
Out of Georgia. They have some awesome duck hunting content. I mean, they travel all over the place chasing ducks. And then
beautiful dogs.
Their annual dove hunt that they do every year is a great event. They just got done with it this past weekend, and it's gotten even bigger, which is crazy because it was huge when we went.
It's so cool to see.
It is, because like it was big when we went, but I mean it's smaller than what they had, and like you could still, not that it was a bad thing, but like putting on an event like that, like it's hard to like enjoy it, and like I could see that they were not obviously not struggling. They put on a great event, but they were working their tails off to put on a good event.
Yeah.
Which is like kudos to them, man, because like I said, like putting on stuff like that is not easy to do. And we had a great time with them. Just we wanted to travel to Georgia, and we had never been, and that
fun.
was an excuse or a reason to go. So it was a lot of, like I said, a lot of fun hunting with them. You know, check out their content if you're not following them on Instagram and stuff. They do a lot of giveaways and things. So yeah, definitely check out their page. They're a great group of guys. So give them a follow and stuff. Follow their YouTube channel too. They got a lot of. They'll probably have some pretty cool duck hunting videos coming this fall.
Soon.
Yeah,
very soon.
So, like I said earlier in the podcast, we didn't get to go out this weekend, but this past weekend. But this weekend, I'll be heading to Albany, Texas, for the Stewards of Wild Dove Hunt. We went last year, and like that's another awesome event that they put together up there. The birds were flying both days. I mean,
insane.
Just
it was so good,
crazy. So Albany's was a pretty good stretch from College Station, and now it's a little bit closer now that we're in Burnet, but it's still like 3 hours to get up there.
Solid.
So I'll leave when I won't get to hunt tomorrow, but I'll hunt Saturday morning. So I'll drive up after work. But that last year was awesome. I mean, first off, you get there, do check in and everything, and they got warm up, sporting clays, and all that kind of stuff.
Silent auction.
Yeah, silent auctions. They got awesome giveaways, goodie bags, all that kind of stuff. So you get to hang out and practice and warm up, and then you go to the dove field in the afternoon, and then come back, have dinner and everything. We had Jesse Griffiths there. He cooked, dove. Yeah, a lot of the dove from that day. So that was pretty cool. I mean, he's an awesome chef. He's the guy that wrote the hog book. So kind of changing the game on how wild hog was prepared and kind of bringing a new light to it. So he's got his restaurant in Austin here.
We need to go.
Oh my gosh. I can't believe I forgot the name of his restaurant right now. But follow his Instagram page or look it up on Facebook. Jesse Griffiths. He does a lot of stuff with Meat Eater as well. Daidue. That's the name
I'm a horrible researcher. I suck as Jamie.
Yeah. So his restaurant's called Daidue in Austin. We haven't been there yet, but it's on the list to go to. So if you're in Austin, it's a good place to go check out from what I've heard. So we had dinner and everything, drinks, and then
live music.
Yeah, and we stayed in Albany that night. And then the next morning we woke up. We went to a different field.
That was a cool drive. I think it was like watching the sun. We were watching the sun come up. I love watching the sun come up. That's another reason why I love hunting.
Yeah, because we left Albany and we went towards Abilene.
Mm-hmm.
That's correct. Yeah, we drove toward Abilene.
And so the sun was coming up by the windmills.
Yeah.
It was so cool looking.
Yeah, it was a good morning to drive to the dove field. That day was like a Sour Patch Kid. I love Sour Patch Kids, and that's why that came to mind for me. But that day was a Sour Patch Kid. Some of the best dove hunting I've had in my life.
Ever.
The birds were awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But my gun broke that day. I mentioned that a few times. But my shotgun that I've had since my sophomore year in high school, it's a Browning Synergy Classic over and under. I've put a lot of shells through that gun and won some stuff with that gun and lost some stuff with that gun. It's kind of like my baby. But that gun broke, and unfortunately, they don't make parts for it anymore. So I'm gonna have to scour the internet. If anyone knows a resource where I can get some Browning Synergy Classic parts, please let me know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what the exact problem is, because when I tried to take it to a Browning dealer, they wouldn't even look at it because they can't get the parts, so they couldn't even tell me what's really wrong. So 1, I need somebody to look at it and tell me what's wrong. And then 2, I need somebody that could get me some parts for it. So if anybody's got the hookup, hit me up in the DMs, shoot me a message on Facebook.
His 10 years. You'd make him very happy.
We'll figure something out on how to repay you if you could hook me up with that.
Finder's fee.
Yeah, definitely a finder's fee.
Pay a finder's fee.
So that was a great trip. Looking forward to going back to it again this weekend. Like I said, I'm not hunting tomorrow, but I'll hunt Saturday. And then after I'm leaving after Saturday's hunt, I'm going to leave to Lubbock to go hunt with our buddy Brandon Bredemeyer from out in West Texas. He's the president of the SCI chapter out there in West Texas, Midland area. So if you haven't listened to that podcast, you can go
Ooh,
all the way back
that's
to
a good one.
episode 2. We talked about their event that we filmed for them, and we got to watch them raise $1 million in one night.
It was epic.
So that
we
like I
filmed
said,
them doing it.
Yeah.
It was so cool.
Yeah. So go back and listen to that podcast if you want to learn about what West Texas SCI chapter is doing, and a little bit about Brandon also. He kind of talks about going to Africa and hunting over there, and then how he grew up hunting too. So just like I said, Saturday I'll leave Albany and then drive to about Lubbock area, which another 2.5 hours or so to go hunt with him and some of his buddies from San Angelo State. They shot on the clay team there, and they do this hunt every year. And he hit me up on Instagram. Was like, "Hey man, we got a spot on this hunt. If you want to come, just let me know." So definitely not going to turn down invitations to go hunting. So if you want to invite us hunting, we're probably not going to say no, unless it just like conflicts with something really important.
Yeah. And you'll get some dope pictures out of it.
We will might. I mean, it might be a maybe. If it conflicts with something, we'll work it out. We'll just see how it goes. So yeah, I got to go hunt with him Saturday afternoon, and then on Sunday, and then we'll come back. So hopefully we'll sit down with those guys, maybe get a podcast, but I'll definitely be filming, taking pictures and stuff. So look out for that YouTube video when that drops. Depending on how much footage and stuff I get, we'll see how long it takes for me to put it together. But it'll be coming out soon. And then at the very least, we'll do a trip recap and everything, kind of do a podcast and put the footage together too. So it'll come out good, I promise. So once again, with the move and everything, kind of been slacking on the gear videos.
Yeah, we both were like, we're doing it this summer. Guess what?
I think we got the Gunner Kennel video up, and then that was it. We started moving.
Yep.
So we are going to do some more gear videos, I promise. I know the next 2 that we got coming up are we're going to do a video on our bow setup that we're going to be hunting with this year.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of talk about that. And then also we're going to do our blind bag kind of gear review. We use the Rogan from Kafaru. So we kind of set it up with what we like to keep taking a blind, and it's kind of a mix of what you need while hunting, and then also what you need while filming your hunts. So we'll definitely have those videos coming out here pretty soon. We'll probably try to get the bow video knocked out next week. We can fit it in, and then that blind bag video out soon after that. So it will still give you some time if you're looking for some stuff or trying to dial your kit in, or just want to tinker around with some stuff. We'll have some gear stuff that you can go buy or check out if you want to. I mean, I love gear. That's probably like
he's been obsessed, y'all.
Like I love different gear.
He doesn't buy anything unless it's fully vetted. Like,
oh, dude,
I'll completely. He has to have 3 people that'll be a spokesperson for him. Like, yeah. He's got to have reputable sources.
Like people that have used it. Like I'm comparing it to 3 other brands. Like I'll have so many Chrome windows open on my phone because I just like going back and forth and making sure that it's going to be what I want to use. I mean, I
trust him.
I'm not rich by any means. So if I'm spending money on stuff, I kind of want to know that it's good. Yeah. If I'm going to be buying these bags and everything. Because I mean, like Kafaru, I love all their stuff. Yeah. Like they're
if there's a Kafaru sale, there's a Kafaru box on our porch.
Yeah. I mean, all their stuff's great, from their packs to the pullouts for their packs to, like I said, the stuff you can turn into blind bags.
I use it.
Yeah.
I use it every day.
Yeah, I mean, I have
pull-out bags.
So if I'm being honest, I have 2 Rogans. So I have a Rogan that I keep in my truck, and then or my bag that I take with me every day, and then I have a Rogan for my blind bag. So like I said, I like all of Kafaru's stuff, and then we'll dive deeper into that. I might even throw in, if we do that video, I might throw in my pack too, just to add it out so people can see, like, because I run the Hellbender,
and I'll do my Rogan.
Yeah, because I took it to Idaho last year. And then, so that was a lot of fun running that. And then I'll be using it on hunts this year, too, to help film. So that'll be cool.
Yep. Been hiking with it, or walking, I guess.
Yeah.
Rucking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so 25 pounds in it, and I walk down from the house to the gate. It's got a slight little incline. So
it's on rocks.
Yeah, you gotta pull up a little bit. So been doing that. Need to go to the gym, though. Mm-hmm. But been doing stuff at the house. I got been doing the rucking stuff, and then got a dumbbell and a curl bar. So been figuring out different ways to do different stuff with that.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of farmers carry. But yeah, so this podcast is kind of short, we know, but we want to just get on here and talk about what we got going on and let y'all know about some of the content we got coming up. So
appreciate y'all listening.
For sure. Like I said, the numbers have been doing great. As always, share it with a friend if you like the podcast. Definitely give us a rating if you want to. Hit that like button on YouTube, subscribe and all that good stuff.
Follow us on Insta.
Yeah, follow us on Instagram.
We usually post the most to Instagram.
Definitely.
Yeah.
The most content that we have is going to be on Tejas Hunt Club Instagram. Mm-hmm. And then probably next is going to be YouTube, would you say? And then probably after that, Facebook group. Like I said, I know a lot of y'all been hunting and stuff, but if you're in the Facebook group, share some of those pictures. We want to see them, And then if you're not in the Facebook group, get in the Facebook group and share those pictures. I mean, I know a lot of people are getting out hunting and fishing and stuff now, so we want to promote it and then show what everybody's doing. I'm not saying give out your honey holes or nothing.
No.
But,
you might learn a thing or two.
Send us some pictures. Yeah. Tell us about your hunting story. Or that day, if something happened.
Brag about your kid.
Yeah, brag about your kid.
Please brag about your kids. That's so fun to see.
Take them out there. Tell us about it because we love sharing those stories. And then, congratulating those parents that do that and try to keep
encourage that for sure.
Tradition alive.
Yeah.
So, like I said, guys, appreciate y'all listening to the podcast and following us and everything. So, we'll catch y'all next week.
See ya.
Have fun hunting.